Hello and welcome to Value Chain TV News Update. I am Kabir Lawal with the news. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has insisted that the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, must appear at the Abuja headquarters of the Commission within the next 3 days for interrogation. The new directive follows the former minister's inability to attend an earlier invitation in which she had cited health challenges through her lawyer. The ex-minister is being invited over the alleged laundering of over 37 billion naira in her ministry during her tenure through a contractor, James Equate, although the ex-minister has denied having any link with the implicated contractor. Some Nigerians have expressed their opinions on the development. The report.
73 hours. I felt like it's even too, they've overrated her. It's something you swap into action, pick her up immediately. You understand? In other countries, you don't do such a thing and you are expecting to sit in your comfort of your house and they should be giving you time limits to come. They pay you visit, they pick you up. If we should have like half of that money invested in Nigeria, at least the masses, you know how many employment is going to create or generate for people, and you are there in your comfort home, that they should give you time? No, sir.
It is a good effort that is federal government is putting up, and from the information that we have been hearing, that they have recovered a lot of money from the people. If federal government will make use of that money in a way that people will enjoy it, because from what we are hearing is the money that is supposed to be used for the masses, it will be very good, because that is what people are expecting from the federal government.
My advice to the government, so we are all Nigerians and everybody knows what is going on in the country. So we wish else either government will take necessary action on it, because if these things are happening in the country, we're going to suffer too much, a lot. So we thank God at Tinubu is working now to get Nigeria back. So we are highly welcome and let them try and see what can happen.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPCL, has stated that test run of 60,000 barrel per day refinery in Port Harcourt will be completed this month ahead of the full resumption of work later. The spokesperson for the NNPCL, Femi Soneye, who stated this in Abuja, assured of the refinery's efficient operation at the end of the month after the completion of the testing phase. The NNPCL targets to achieve a maximum capacity of 210,000 barrels per day later in the year. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of 6 new executive directors in the Nigerian Port Authority (NPA) and the Nigerian Maritime Administration Safety Agency (NIMASA) under the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. This is contained in a statement signed by Special Advisor to President on Media and Publicity, Chief Ajuri Ngilali. The new appointees are Ms. Vivian Richard Edet, now Executive Director, Finance and Administration, Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA), Engineer Olalekan Badmus, now Executive Director, Marine and Operations, Niger Ports Authority (NPA), and Engineer Ibrahim Abba Umar, who is now Executive Director, Engineering, Technical Services at the Nigerian Ports Authority (NPA). Others are Mr. Jibril Abba, Executive Director, Maritime Labour and Cabotage Services, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA), Mr. Chudi Ofedile, Executive Director, Finance and Administration, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA), and Engineer Fatai Taye Adeyemi, Executive Director, appointed as Operations Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency (NIMASA). The statement further stated that President Tinubu approved these appointments with the firm belief that their profiles are sufficient to efficiently create the conditions required to significantly raise the contribution of the marine and blue economy sector to the nation's gross domestic product. The federal government has commenced discussions with Chinese company Lua Steel Holding Group to build a new steel plant in Nigeria and commence the construction of military hardware at Ajaokuta Steel Plant. The development is part of the outcome of the recent visit by a delegation of Minister of Steel Development Prince Shuaibu Audu, the Minister of Defense Muhammad Badaru, and the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Steel Development Mary Ogbe during a tour of Luan Steel Holding Group in Haifi and Guangzhou regions of China. In a statement signed by the Head of Press and Public Relations Salamatu Jibaniya, Minister of Steel Development Prince Shuaibu Audu stated that the trip to China is one of the major steps towards reviving the steel industry in Nigeria in line with the vision of the current administration. According to Prince Audu, work has commenced to create an operational steel industry that will attract billions of dollars of foreign direct investment into the country, open the nation's economy, and create hundreds of thousands of job opportunities. Works Minister Mr. David Umahi has lamented the increase in the project sum required to complete the Abuja-Kaduna road, while restating his commitment to the completion of the project this year. Umahi, who made this known during a meeting with directors of the ministry in Abuja, explained that the project, which commenced in year 2018, has now risen from 165 billion naira at the time, as the contractors are currently asking for 1.35 trillion naira for its completion. He vowed to complete and deliver the remaining section of the road before the end of year 2024, even though such promises had been made by the previous government. The minister stated that under his watch, the ministry was prepared to remove all contractual obstacles and ensure delivery of projects for the benefit of Nigerians before the end of year 2024. He said the cost, scope, and technicalities of the contracts will be reviewed by the end of January, adding that he asked for a 5% equity contribution or guarantee from the contractors so that he would have the assurance of the commitment of those serious about working. The federal government has announced the extension of free travel by train services till January 7th. In a statement in Abuja by Transportation Minister Said Ahmed Al-Kali, said the extension would enable more Nigerians to return to their stations and enjoy the benefits. Some Nigerians who spoke to Value Chain TV shared their opinions on the extended relief. The report.
I believe that it will help the people that went far, travel far. It will help them. It will help them to come back, because you know the economic now is very ancient. There's no money, and I believe that it will help the entire Nigerians.
The free buses, at least it will cut down the transportation fare. Like when I was in Lagos, there's this big bus, BRT, they call it Fashola bus. The transportation fare, you see people rushing in, waiting for that bus, no matter the queue, because it reduces transportation fare, unlike normal buses and taxis.
And that's it on Value Chain TV News Update. I am Kabir Lawal. Thanks for staying with us.